places and things. Yeah? Yeah? Great. Cool.
There was the Great Britain point. Was it Giles had mentioned?
Yes, yeah.
Which is a good point, yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 seconds whilst we cut.
Sound the cut and come up.
Thank you.
And all your stuff.
Thanks. Okay, so Jim's question, very good question. In numbers or in some kind of a way that we can understand amounts, how much are you exporting now? What have you gone from and to? And give me an idea of that in whatever.
So this year, Joe and Cecil turn over roughly £5 million, and our export sales are around 25% of that total. So that's obviously gone from zero to that point, and it's incredible that in 5 years we are exporting best part of two and a half million. I fluffed that, £2 million worth of stuff. Yeah.
So start with the it's incredible bit then.
Yeah. It's incredible that 7 years into Joe and Seth's, and really only 5 years into starting our export journey, that millions of pounds of our turnover this year is going to be going on export.
So how much a day?
Volume, I guess, as well.
Yeah. How much is going out every day, every week? How many tubs of popcorn or pallets? Let's see. Give me an idea that I can sort of have a mental picture of all this huge popcorn flying from these shores across the world.
Typically, in a week at Joe and Seth's, we will send 3 or 4 lorry loads of popcorn, full lorry loads, to different countries around the world, and that's unbelievable because, I mean, when we first started, it took us 2 years to send one pallet, which is a sort of 1 metre by 2 metre high pile of popcorn, and now we're sending full trucks of popcorn. So yeah, it's really exciting that we've that much much now.
Well, full truck of popcorn. Sounds,
right.
I can see that. So I can understand that. That's
You'll
brilliant.
see them downstairs. I think they're loading a truck today, actually.
Fab. So before we move on, tell me how it feels to be a British brand abroad. What does it feel to be in that position, and what does the world think of Britain?
I think being a British brand at the moment is a real strength when you're in terms of exporting. The Great Britain branding that you see around in the press and when you go to the trade shows is everywhere, is amazingly strong. It's easily the best branding. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but it's easily the best branding of any of the different countries. But I think even better than that is within those countries, each British brand tends to have really strong branding. It's a thing that British brands are really strong at, and I don't think a lot actually realise it until you go overseas and you go and look at the Great British Pavilion in a trade show and compare that to, I won't pick the country, but another country. We are really much stronger at presenting brands than other countries, I think, and that's a big appeal for buyers, particularly from Asia and the Middle East, who want strong brands and really want to buy British products too.
Is there a kind of feeling abroad what constitutes doing business with a Brit? Are there certain qualities or characteristics that count in your favour?
I think that most people trust British brands. I think trust is a big word as well, in that relationships that you have with distributors. I think it's a big point that you know, in terms of payment and in terms of ability to deliver, the quality of the product. You know that British brands have that reputation for being able to deliver and for being quite trustworthy, I think. And it really helps on the international stage because all of those international buyers will always go and see the British Pavilion and the British area and all the brands within it. They might not necessarily go to all of the other countries.
Cool. So do you feel like a bit of an ambassador when you're out and about?
I think you naturally do. I think...
sorry, you naturally what?
Sorry, you think you naturally feel like an ambassador when you're at these different shows because you're there representing... You're there under a huge GB banner and, you're selfishly wanting to